NBA has no answer for the LA Lakers when they're completely healthy. And I'm talking about LUKA, LeBron, Marcus Smart, Jared Vanderbilt, DeAndre Ayton, like all these guys on the floor at the same time. It's really tough for defenses to stop him. Right here, you got Jake LaRavia in there. No LUKA, but Jackson Hayes not bringing the ball up, but coming up the floor. We're going to initiate this little DHO action between LeBron James and Jackson Hayes. So as we kind of spray this ball over to LeBron. He's going to come off this thing. We're going to set a screen here for him right after we give him the ball. Now, off this action, there's two things to consider. If your defender goes over the screen, you're going to want to curl this thing into the basket as your big rolls. It creates a 2-on-1 opportunity and probably some weak side rotation. However, if your defender goes underneath the screen, that is basically them saying, hey, I don't think you can shoot the three ball. And we all know LeBron James is one of those guys who's like, oh, bet you don't think I can shoot the three ball? Well, watch this, right? Comes off the screen. Dylan Brooks goes under. Disrespectful. And LeBron says, bet. Watch this. Drains it. Easy money. Don't go under screens, or you're going to pay for it. And right there, Dylan Brooks does. Now, in this game, the Suns had a massive comeback, okay? But what I wanted to do is kind of break down the film from this game. Before we really dive into it, though, make sure you do me a favor. Hit the like button if you guys want more Lakers content. If you want, one for every single win, let me know in the comments. Hype the video. Helps out so much. And with that being said, let's dive into the film from this game. All right, another really good play here by LeBron James. We're going to get this action going where we get this off-ball screen for Jake LaRavia. As this thing happens, it's not going to flash open right away, but this is just to set up the next action. They come off this thing extremely quickly. Now, we're going to get Marcus Smart, who's kind of sitting in that weak side dunker spot. He's going to go set a back screen on the big of the the Phoenix Suns, excuse me. I'm watching the Warriors-Blazers game over here. That's why I said Blazers. But now that we're setting this back screen, we're going to lull our guy into a sleep. Like, he's going to stop paying attention, and then we're going to roll to the basket, right? Or cut to the basket, right? Kind of lulls, boom. Cut to the basket, ball is up there, layers it over that low post defender, and Jackson Hayes skies out of nowhere to throw that thing down. What a play. Whoa. That was impressive right there by LeBron and Jackson. Another really sick play right here. Marcus Smart's going to bring it up. We're going to set this little side screen here off ball for LeBron James. As he gets into the lane a little bit, we're going to create what we call ball watching, right? We act like we're going to go over this thing. We force our defender to overcommit. Boom, we get a lane to the basket. Now, everyone starts to do what we call ball watching, right? Everyone's really focused on the ball. They're not really focused on the guys they're supposed to be defending. So as LeBron James gets this ball right here, you're going to see point A, point B, point C, right? Even point D over here. Everyone's staring at LeBron. Gives us a backdoor cut to the basket with Jake LaRavia. Now, LeBron James is probably one of the smartest players in the NBA. We call this court mapping ability. The understanding of knowing where the defense is going to rotate from, but more importantly, knowing where your teammates are going to be. So he doesn't even really have to look. He knows his guy's cutting. Quick backdoor cut, and boom. I mean, man, that is so instinctual. Now, credit to the Suns because they come back down by 20 with 8 minutes left to go, and they make this an absolute ball game, right? Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. They made it an absolute ball game. The Lakers do win at the very end. But, man, the Lakers, when they're playing at their full potential, they are extremely tough to guard because they're so smart. LUKA, LeBron, all these guys. Another very interesting play, and really quickly, before we dive into it, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. It is free. It doesn't cost anything, and we got you guys covered all year. Offense, defense, individual player breakdowns. Join the family. Turn on your post notifications, and let's watch this play right here. So we're going to get a little screen with DeAndre Ayton. You can already tell the defense is staggering over from Marcus Smart, giving him just a little bit of leverage because they're forcing the ball out of LUKA's hands off the screen. That is something that you should be used to by now, having LUKA on the team. But since we get the ball over to Marcus Smart, he's going to actually drive into the lane, get a little bit of leverage, and now you create that strong side stagger from the corner. Okay, so Marcus Smart does a really good job. As he drives in, the defense starts playing that in the gap defense, where essentially what that means is if you drive baseline, we're sending 2. If you drive to the inside, we're sending 2. They're playing an in the gap defense on Marcus Smart. Doesn't really make sense, but they are. Now, as Marcus posts up, he gets this strong side corner to fully overcommit over. Once he does, we spray this thing out to the corner quick. We have the separation, and then look at this. Drains a 3. Jared Vanderbilt. That is beautiful execution by not only Marcus Smart, but also on top of that, Jared Vanderbilt hitting that 3. Let's go, man. Love it. The NBA season is in full swing, which means we all have a chance to over 1,000x our money during this year's NBA season. Now, before I get into my picks for tonight, I do want to show you a big offer that they're giving right now. If you use my promo code DUBS, they're going to give you a 100% match up to $100, which means if you put in 100, they're going to give you 100 to use on the Sleeper app. If you put in 50, they're going to give you 50, right? It is an absolute cheat code. But what I am putting in for tonight is Giannis over 30 points. They're taking on Cleveland. He usually has really good games versus Cleveland. I think he is going to have a big night tonight. Probably will get to the free throw line a ton. I also like Evan Mobley to have a little bit more assists because they have Giannis guarding him majority of the time. He likes to kick out, draw double teams in certain areas of the floor. And I think he's going to have a lot of assist opportunities. We also can look at Khalil Ware versus the Knicks. I think he's going to have 10 or more points in this game. And this is 20 to win 70. You guys can obviously put more, put less, whatever you guys want. And again, use promo code DUBS. You'll get a $100 match deposit on your first deposit, depending on how much you put in. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states, so check out Sleeper today. Another interesting play here. LaRavia going to find Luka. Luka going to put up a quick trigger 3. But with that being said, get a lucky bounce. Ayton does a really good job with about 4 different Phoenix Suns in the painted area. Tips it up, gets a second chance opportunity, and then is able to fade away floater this thing and get it to go somehow, some way, demoralizing for a defense. The reason it's demoralizing is because you have so many guys down low when the shot is up. You got to put a body on someone. Grayson Allen versus DeAndre Ayton is a complete mismatch, which is why you got to send another player, right? If you are this Phoenix Suns team, why are you not sending at least one more guy on them to help that matchup? Nobody does, and that's why you get this. I mean, DeAndre Ayton was huge in this game, by the way. Can we give a W in the chat for DeAndre Ayton's performance in this game? He was huge. Here we go. Another big time play. Luka draws a double team from the top. We call this a fire or a blitz. We have LeBron James as the closest guy because that's the guy we want the ball in his hands. If it's not Luka, we want to force that stagger. They stagger. We're going to kick it to the weak side corner because the entire defense started to rotate over off Luka's presence. From there, Rui pump fakes. He dribble drives, creates rotation from the top side. Now they're just in a blender where they have 2 guys guarding 1. We're going to spray it back out to the top. Devin Booker's going to have to rotate back over to Marcus Smart and not allow that 3. Now Dylan Brooks is going to have to scramble over to LeBron, but you can't leave Luka open. That blender's huge. Kicks back out to LeBron. Pump fakes a 3. Gets the new guy up in the air. Drives in. We had Luka, but LeBron going downhill with no big man down there that you're worried about. Yeah, he'll take it every day of the week. Gets the finish to go. And ultimately, they were able to finish off this game. It came down to the wire. LeBron James went to the free throw line, knocked a couple of down, and ultimately win this game. You got to give credit where credit is due. And that is with this Lakers team, man. They almost blew a massive lead. Almost, okay? If you want me to break that down, we can. But we're going to end it there. Great execution when they needed to. They found a way to win, which is very important. So hit the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.